Hi, it's Manny, and in this video, I'm going to give you 5 tips to improve your dribbling instantly. Those tips are all practical to make you implement them right now. So if you're interested and want to learn more about those, I'll see you after the intro. So the main thing you need to improve your dribbling instantly is the drive. Driving the ball is the most important attribute of a dribbler. To dribble effectively, you need to have perfect control of the ball as you move with it. Whether it is at high or low speed, if you master your ball perfectly, it will allow you to dribble more easily any defender and also to be able to look around you at the same time. All the best dribblers in the world have excellent ball control when moving with it, and that's why it tops the list. To practice driving the ball effectively, you have to make sure you imitate a game situation and avoid practicing slowly or with no purpose. It will do no good. Do you know why I think it matters so much though? It's simple. You use it to run towards the defender in 1v1 situations, and you also use it to get away once you dribble past him. As I often say, with a bad drive you can lose the ball at any time. With a good one, at times you won't even need to use skills. So yes, driving the ball is super important. It's even essential. However, remember that it includes different attributes though. For example, the part of the foot that you will use to drive your ball, but also the speed at which you go with it. To have a perfect drive, you want to be able to be comfortable with any part of your foot, whether it's the inside, the outside, the top of the foot, or the sole, because at one point or another you will use one of these parts. I gotta say though that the outside and the top of the foot are the most important ones to master, because they're essential to drive the ball at speed. Speaking of speed, this is another attribute of the drive that you have to master, which is what makes the difference between a good dribbler and a great dribbler. Being able to drive your ball while sprinting with it and keeping control at the same time is something that is not given to everyone. However, it can be worked on. But anyway, the first advice to improve your dribbling instantly is to focus on having a perfect drive. The second piece of advice I would like to give you would be to observe correctly. As a dribbler, you should never look at the ball, but instead focus your attention on your surroundings. That is to say, the opponents, the spaces available that they are, but especially the teammates to allow you to make the right decision, and obviously also to know to whom you could pass the ball to be dangerous and perhaps have a goal scoring chance. On the other end, when you find yourself in a 1v1 situation, you shouldn't be looking around, but rather looking at the defender's legs to be able to anticipate his movements. It is then that once you have dribbled past and eliminated him, that you can look at the space in front of you so that you can scan the field for potential passes or even have a shot. To improve this skill when training, keep your head up whenever you have the ball. Don't worry if you have trouble with that. Be patient, because observation with the ball is also an essential point to become a great dribbler. Third advice, the safety distance. Everyone wants the ball, right? But on the pitch, only one person has it. When you do, the defenders will come to try to steal it from you. And once they are close enough, they will have the opportunity to do so. Never, ever give them this opportunity. The safety distance, as I explained it on another video on the channel, which was Leo Messi top 5 skills, it is the distance at which the defender cannot touch the ball under any circumstances. This means that once the defender can touch the ball by extending his foot, he's in your danger zone. Be aware and remember carefully that the safety distance limit is the ideal distance for dribbling, because when the defender is there, he will think in his head he can touch the ball when he cannot. So once you understand this principle, you should always keep defender out of your danger zone by effectively moving the ball away whenever you think they are going in, so they have no chance, but really no chance, to steal the ball and even touch it. If you master this and the 2 points I listed earlier, you will instantly be a better dribbler. instantly. It will be harder for defenders to get the ball from you if you can master the first three advices, which are the drive, observation, and the safety distance. The fourth tip is the first touch. Focusing on having a better first touch is also a very important attribute to become instantly a better dribbler. A poor one-handed ball will likely be in the danger of being lost. A good one, however, and it can destroy your opponent. That is to say that when you have a good first touch and also master the directional ones, you can dribble anybody. You absolutely have to work on it and your ability to do it in the direction you want the ball to go. Whether you are standing still or moving, in any situation, you have to be able to touch the ball in the direction you want, and that will make it very, very difficult for you to be marked. Because defenders, we understand that when they throw themselves at you, in one touch, you have the power to eliminate them. So they will logically start to back up rather than trying to rush and be close to you. And so from the moment they retreat on your touch, there will be a bit more space and time for you to do anything else, like finding a killer pass, have a shot, or even dribbling the ball toward them. If you manage to master a perfect drive, combining direction, speed, and close control, as well as having observation skills where you can spot quickly when the defender wants to throw himself at you, but also grasp and understand the concept of safety distance and the danger zone, and finally that you master directional first touches, you will notice that the defender will leave you a lot more space because they will be afraid of you. And when you also show them that you can be dangerous when you're facing them, they will not know what to do. So that's why the first touch for me is also an important aspect to improve your dribbling instantly. The last piece of advice I would like to give you would be creativity. To become a dribbler, you have to be creative on the spot because every dribbling situation, every 1v1 situation is different. Should you use a simple cut, or a body feint, or a little more complicated skill, or an elastico, or a sombrero, or a rimbo, what should you do? And all that shouldn't be even thought very quickly. It's not like you should think fast. No, it's not that. It must be instinctive. It has to come instinctively for you to be effective when you dribble. It is essential. Because the more you think about a move, the more time you take to do it, the easier it is for the defender to stop you. So that's why everything has to be done close to automatically. When I say being creative, to me it also means having the ability to change your mind extremely quickly and not dribble every time you have the ball. Basically, you mix up your game. What I mean is that if you find yourself in a 1v1 situation and want to go left, but just before executing your move, you think that the defender anticipated on your left, you should have the ability to immediately go the other way. Hence why observation is also key when dribbling. But anyway, yes, in creativity I include reactivity and also mixing up your game and not being predictable. For me, it is also in creativity. So like I say a lot in this channel, you should always dribble in quality and not in quantity. I really insist on that because it's something that I've learned which should be useful to you. When you're dribbling a lot, the defenders and the opposing teams over time will tend to double up on you to prevent you from dribbling easily. But why? Why put two men on somebody instead of one? Simple. By dribbling, you are breaking it into the defense. And by breaking it into the defense, you are creating space for yourself and your teammates. The goal of dribbling, apart from showboating and humiliate your opponents, is essentially to be able to score or be able to create a good goal scoring opportunity. And the fact that teams are doubling up on you is going to make your task a lot more difficult. And this, even if you are a very good dribbler. So the trick is to mix up your game so that the defenders can't predict you, double up on you, and therefore not making it harder for you. The goal is to make sure they never know when you are going to dribble, so when you do, they are taken by surprise. It's one of the things, for example, that Leo Messi does. He's one of the best dribblers in the world, but doesn't dribble on every time he has the ball. When he was younger though, he did that a lot more, but scored a lot less and did a lot less assists. But yes, he was amazing, He was taking the ball and dribbling everybody. However, this died out as some teams would clump together to stop him. He would not score that much, as well as making him tired quicker and prone to muscular and physical injuries. He had to switch it up, which he did by season 2008-2009 in the Guardiola era. He started a lot more playing in 1-2s, even though he used to do it before too, started making more killer passes, and occasionally, boom, he dribbles everybody. And that's what does he do? It makes the defender confused. They think, oh yes, he's going to pass the ball there. But no, he's dribbling. And since he's super quick and super strong at dribbling, you can't stop him. And that's why I insist on this, because when we watch videos of compilations of players like Neymar, Mbappe, Messi, and CR7, that's not what happens in games. During a match, you are not going to dribble every time you have the ball. And if you do, even if you are successful 60 or 80% of the time, most of the time you did it, you may have taken the wrong decision. Maybe there was a teammate that stood out and you could have passed the ball to him for him to score. The goal that I have with this channel is to help you become a better dribbler, yes, but effectively. Not just a headless, aimless dribbler. You don't just dribble anyhow. No, you don't do that. Every time you have the ball, your goal is to make the right decision. But if you find yourself in a situation when you have to dribble 1v1, or in a situation when you think dribbling is the best solution, in these cases, this is where I come to help you. It's really something that I think is important for you to remember, and it's really something that I believe in. Mix up your game, even if you are a great dribbler. Mix it up. So that's it for this video. I hope you will remember these 5 tips I gave you, which were focus on your drive, observe correctly, be aware of the safety distance, use directional first touches, and be creative. You want 1v1 against a guy, these 5 tips will help you destroy him. So there you go, take care of yourself, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.